Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
This week we talk about The Dark Knight with the Grant Nelson.
It's a good movie. One of my favorites.
I picked this movie because we often quoted the movie, The 3 Years We Lived Together.
What are some of the quotes you remember the most?
The most? I don't know.
Can't remember any of them.
No, I don't remember any of the quotes. It's a terrible movie.
The Lord told me to tell you, wake up, wake up, wake up.
But it seemed like a movie that every single person saw at the time and was like, wow, now this is a movie.
Yeah, I
Except
agree with that.
I don't remember ever seeing it in theaters.
I didn't see it in theaters, but I remember the first time I saw it and just like, it was like one of the first movies I remember watching and just being like, wow, that was an amazing movie.
That's also why I picked it. I think it's one of the movies. I probably have like 5 or 6 movies that are like movies I wish I could see for the first time again.
It's probably also one of the most rewatchable movies. I feel like I've rewatched that movie probably more than any other movie.
I killed the bus driver.
It just jumps into it right away. And the Joker's introduction, I think, is really good.
Are you ever able to guess which window gets blown out?
I always try to when it's like zooming in. I always think I know which one it is, and then it's a different one.
It's like there's a darker window, and you're like, oh
yeah,
that
yeah, because it's like looks like a prop window or something, or like the one that's different than the others. Yeah, it's just like it's an interesting opening scene
where he gets people to do what he wants. He does it like 3 times, doesn't he?
Yeah, you would think that someone with his plan of how he told each person once their job was done to take them out, so there's a less share. I mean, that one guy does figure it out, but you would have thought that like more guys would have figured out like once I'm done with my job, I'm probably gonna get shot.
You think that's symbolism for like Nazis or like people just going to war and not asking questions?
And maybe.
I think, isn't that the whole point of the movie? Was like it was something about the Iraq War.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You got any idea who you're messing with? Your friends are dead.
Yeah.
How many shots do you have? And then he sticks that smoke bomb in his gullet.
But there's that, and then there's the fact that like the school bus just rams into the bank and then drives out and gets perfectly in line with the other buses and just drives away.
The more I watch this movie, the more ridiculous it becomes. I'm okay.
The more we talk about it, the less good this movie seems.
Yeah, but the more I like it. I'm not wearing hockey pads.
The Hong Kong scene when he gets lifted out of there. Well, when he does like the skydive into the building.
That part is so ridiculous. For like 20 minutes, it cuts away from just like everything that's happening in the movie, and it's like, well, now he has to go get this guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's another. I hate Lau.
The scene where he's driving at him on his little like bat motorcycle. That's like one of the most iconic scenes when he's like saying "hit me."
Yeah, or
and he's just standing there.
The
semi flipping. Yeah.
In Chicago, I think they call that street where they flip the semi. They call it like Semi Street. Something dumb like that. They do. You don't have to look that up. That's a fact.
Semi Street.
They flipped an actual semi, and Heath Ledger was in it.
Was he?
No. The interrogation scene. I think that's the best scene. I don't think The Dark Knight's the best movie ever. It's close, but I think the interrogation scene is the best scene ever.
Do you think he actually was like beating the piss out of Heath Ledger?
I think he was. I've heard that's another thing. I don't know if it's true, but I
bet Heath Ledger would have gone along with it for how much he was into character. He was like, go ahead and just beat the crap out of me.
Well, the story was that Heath Ledger was like, just hit me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get hit in the face a good amount without like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he did it.
Were any stuntmen run over in the making of this movie?
What movie was that?
Wasn't that the new?
It wasn't someone died, was it?
No, it was like They ran over a stuntman.
Oh, Christopher Nolan was like, geez, that was close. And then he was like, okay, let's go on to the next scene.
Yeah.
I think it was like a guy on a motorcycle and just got hit by like a semi or something.
But it was like they legitimately just ran a guy over with a car. Morgan Freeman just roasts that guy who basically is going to blackmail Batman. You think that your client, like one of the wealthiest men in the world, is secretly a vigilante who spends his nights beating criminals to a pulp, and your plan is to blackmail this person? Good luck.
Good luck.
And then he just like doesn't know what to say.
That guy definitely could have easily blackmailed him.
Yeah.
If the people of Gotham learned anything, Batman will not kill you.
Yeah.
Blackmail him.
Batman doesn't kill people.
He just drops them
Just
to
beats
break
them
them.
up. He drops them off high surfaces and lets the ground kill them.
What if he meant to only break Harvey's ankles at the end of the movie, and then he realized it was like 50 feet drop.
He killed him, and then that's why he's like, I killed all these people. He feels so bad. He can't live with himself.
Probably.
They should have had Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Jake Gyllenhaal still could play the Joker. So many people could play the Joker. Name.
Yeah.
Who do you think could play? Jake Gyllenhaal?
The Joker?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
And those two are what I was thinking of, and Timothy Chalamet. I could see him.
The ferry scene where there's all the bombs on the ferries, and it's like nobody inspected the boats at all or found those bombs, and there's like it's just loaded with bombs on the bottom.
I think everyone in Gotham is just super.
They just in the world's most dangerous city. They just assume there will never be problems.
They're just super lazy and lax on safety precautions.
Yeah,
that's a problem. I never really think about that. If a boat with a bomb on it had 10 babies, and then another boat had Alexandria Daddario, which boat would you save?
I'd have to save the babies.
You wouldn't save the Blue-Eyed Wonder?
No, I'd have to go with the babies.
I didn't tell you this, but one of the babies is Hitler, so you just crossed all across.
I also like the ending of the movie.
Well, I like the last seconds of the movie. It lags. They just leave the Joker dangling, and then
and you never really find out what happens to him. I think it's like cool how the story plays out in the end, where Batman takes the blame for everything, so that Harvey Dent isn't shown as like the villain he became, and then the Joker can't win. He says that he's whatever Gotham needs him to be, and so he takes the blame for all of it, so that like people don't freak out and cause chaos.
I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan said he wasn't gonna do a third movie after that, and I wish he would have known what he was planning on doing instead of killing off. Well, he doesn't know that Heath Ledger was about to die. That would have been really cool. Imagine that movie.
Yeah.
Start with Bane and Joker.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me,
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Christian
Shows in
Bale,
town
Heath
only
Ledger.
for tonight.
Yeah.
Sex, violence, murder,
So I don't think
violence,
he was gonna make
gambling,
a third movie.
greed,
And they made the
lechery.
third one. Warner Bros. Was like, we have to make a third movie.
Interesting.
I wish he had never made a third movie.
You wish it was just the two?
That would be so dumb.
Yeah.
That's what doesn't make sense. I don't know if that's true or not, because why the hell would he make a second one? And there's never been a movie that was like, we're only gonna make two, and they can never stop.
Yeah, once you do two, you got to do three.
But but it's also Batman, and they've made like 20 of them. You think
Two's not enough, but three's too many.
3 is too many. That was a ridiculous ending of 3.
Yeah.
With an atomic bomb, but then he survived.
Yeah.
How
And
did
he's
he
like,
do that?
and he's just in Italy, and Alfred just goes there and sees him, and then immediately gets up and leaves.
Alfred's like, what the fuck? Do you think Alfred knew? Do you think Alfred was fake crying at the end of that movie? I failed you, Mr.
Maybe.
Wayne. That was Morgan Freeman. Mr. Wayne.
Who is your favorite character, not Batman or
Michael.
a main villain?
I'm Michael Caine.
Alfred?
Alfred. They're all great.
Yeah, I know. There are
I
so
didn't
many
even
good
think
ones.
of those two. The ones I thought of were the mobster that says, "My dogs are hungry." I like him and Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, there's just so many good actors in it.
The ballerina. I hate the ballerina.
When she goes out to dinner with
She goes
Harvey
out.
Dent and Rachel and Bruce.
Oh.
Okay, speaking of that scene, I saw this thing where apparently if you look in the background, you can see Heath Ledger eating at one of the tables. It's supposed to be the Joker in the movie, and he can and he's like there listening to them.
If he just doesn't have makeup on.
Yeah.
I like that.
He doesn't have makeup on.
No research. We can just say that, and that's the thing. I like that. This movie, a lot of movies don't have this. This movie has a lot of fake things like that could just be fake and someone made it up. Like the picture of Heath Ledger doing a kick flip over Batman's body.
What? Oh, with the skateboard.
But it's just him jumping.
And
then someone put the skateboard in there.
Yeah.
But I like that. I always thought that was real.
I am really hyped for the new Batman movie, though. I think it looks really good.
I don't care if he stays or if he goes. It is what it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be here.
How do you know?
I don't.
You're falling for his tricks.
Is Rogers more of a Batman or a Joker? Let's have the discussion, not if he's a Batman or a Robin. Is he a Joker? Let's list all the players on the Packers and connect them to
all the players.
All the characters from Batman and connect them
to a Packer player.
I think Aaron Rodgers is the Joker. LaFleur is Batman.
Who would be the Riddler? I feel like Rodgers kind of.
Riddler?
Yeah, with his riddles for his for his COVID vaccination.
He's all the villains combined. He's Two-Face, he's Joker.
They asked if he's vaccinated and he starts telling riddles.
It worked.
About how he is immunized.
What do you think he felt like after saying that and getting away with it? How happy he was?
He probably thought he was like the slickest person. But it's also dumb by the media to not specify then and be like, so you are vaccinated, like
because
you got the vaccine. They just took his word for immunization and they're like, oh, he's good.
They were so scared to like provoke him. They just did not want him to go off on them. That's really what it all came down to. Then Devontae is Commissioner Gordon.
I'm not making any connections with these.
Because I like him. That's why. He's a nice guy. I think that movie, I've said it in the past, I hate superhero movies now, and I think that movie did it for me. I don't think
no movie will just be able to live up to it.
And I think the new Batman coming out could be as good.
Could be as good.
But I don't know. Heath Ledger was just too good in that movie. Imagine 2008, you go see Dark Knight a couple times, and then you're like, man, no movie could be better than that. And then Superbad comes out.
I don't even know if like The Dark Knight would be like the best movie I've ever seen.
It's not.
I don't know if I have one movie that's like that's the best movie I've ever seen. There's probably like 5 where I'm like those are like.
What's your top 5? I'll let you think about that. My top 5, I would say right now, it all changes. I'd say they're all about even. But I'd say It's a Wonderful Life, Inception, Dark Knight, La La Land, Silver Linings Playbook. That one is an outlier.
Did you say Shawshank Redemption?
No. Did you not listen to me? I've only seen Shawshank once.
Really?
If you want it. Oh, what channel? What is that on? Do you have Hulu?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. I just started watching this thing called Castle Rock, and it's like all the Stephen King books combined, and they like find this guy they're in Shawshank, or
Yeah.
the warden. It starts off the warden kills himself, and they're like, "Huh? I wonder why the warden killed himself." And then they find this hidden room with like this guy in a cage, and it's the guy that plays Pennywise, the actor. And they're like, "Why the fuck was this guy in a cage?" And he's not a prisoner. They have no records of him, and they're like, "But we can't let him out because like, the media's gonna destroy us as a prison." So they just keep him as a prisoner. And then all the guards are like going crazy trying to like get it out that he's in there. That's as far as I've gotten. But I think he's like Pennywise. I think they're about to release him and he's gonna be like a killer clown. That's something to look forward to. What's your top 5?
So I'd say Shawshank Redemption, The Dark Knight, The Godfather, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I'm not sure what I would put for my 5th.
Airplane.
Maybe.
Airplane's a perfect movie.
Have you ever seen The Fugitive? I feel like that's an underrated movie.
With
Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones.
I've seen like parts of it.
That's a really good movie.
Maybe I should watch that.
You should.
I don't know. You just have to see. You have to see some really bad ones to see some good ones. And Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's music for The Dark Knight and all the Batman movies was amazing. Yeah. I think I was thinking about this. That could be peak Hans Zimmer, but I think Inception is.
Yeah. I like his music in the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that until
the electro music.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck did he do he did the worst Spider-Man movie.
I know. But that has like the best score of like the Spider-Man movies.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, it makes me very conflicted. I think
you want to love it, but it's just
I think it's one of I've watched that more than any other Spider-Man movie.
I saw this thing today. Scientists have like basically done what Doc Ock does in Spider-Man 2 with like using like nuclear fusion to like sustain energy.
I always like those stories about scientists, like when they make AI and then the scientists say like, we came back the next day and they were like having conversations with other computers and we had to pull like, why the fuck are we doing this?
Or like when they say like that they want to like clone dinosaurs and bring back dinosaurs.
I think they will.
I feel like all the things that happen in the Jurassic Park movies are like not likely to happen.
You want to think that, but I
I guess that's what they thought too.
It'll happen. People are dumb.
Yeah.
I think we've made too many movies predicting the future that we have to do what the movies tell us to do.
Just to see.
I saw something weird today. The idea that we're like living in a simulation and that we are the robots that like took over the last people and we don't know it yet. So like we still have to figure that out. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
I wish I was a robot. I can't swim. Once robots learn how to swim, then it's all over for us. Batman, The Dark Knight. What do you rank it? Out of 10. Point scale.
9.4.
9.4?
Yeah.
Say 9.2.
That's close to mine. Why did you sound so shocked?
I was shocked. That's a 0.2 difference. This is The Dark Knight. I killed the bus driver. Hee hee ha 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 ha. Batman kidnaps Lau. A little fight in you, I like that. Tryouts. Semi-flips. Interrogation. Rachel dies. Rachel! Harvey is Two-Face. Boat explosion. Possibly? No. Batman keeps getting attacked by dogs. Batman pushes Two-Face to his death. Then Batman falls and fucks up his back. Batman runs away, escaping into the shadows. A silent guardian. A watchful protector. The Dark Knight. That concludes The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, Heath Ledger.
It's a good movie. Glad we got to talk about it. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend watching it.
Go to your nearest blockbuster and get this movie.